銀河鉄道39エターヌル
All right, let's finish off Chapter 4, Volume 4 of Galaxy Express 39 here. The chapter was Planeto Harakiri. Planet Harikiri, Planet Harakiri. Yes, the self-ritualistic disemboweling. A planet named that, but so far, this is the planet. They have been worried more about this dark wandering planet that has been coming along behind it on a collision course. Go watch the previous chapter. So we paused here when noting that Emeraldus was also arriving. And yappari ne, as expected. So that's kind of where we had paused. Oh, and we go right into this scene, a double pager here. We get the Arcadia with Harlock. There is the Yusei, the wandering planet. Again, it's like extremely hard, 4 times the density, the mass of Earth, and it just kind of wanders around and slams into things. It's called the Death Sword, the Death Sword. Okay, and this is like the end of that section. So this chapter was apparently published in 3 sections, and we're only reading it in 2. So this is the ending here for the second session. Yeah, Death Sword. We got both the English and the Japanese name explained to us in the last chapter. All right, so what do we have here for the end of this section of this chapter? Dayankoku's Yusei Death Sword Shi no Tsurugi wa kono Jumi ni totte seigyo fukanou na責任の取りようのない大自然の産物である。No, 小物である。Okay, 小物。No, 生物。No. Damn it. 産物? All right, I give up. It's going to be like seimotsu, right? No, sanbutsu. All right. Okay, so the giant darkness wandering planet, Death Sword, and again, we get the Japanese name, Shi no Tsurugi, the Sword of Death. As for that, that place's inhabitants, or for the inhabitants of that place, it is a seigyo, governing possibility, impossible. Yeah. Like control, not possible, responsibility, seeming to take, not existing, big natural product or results it is. Okay. So as for the planet Death Sword, it is a product of great nature, a large natural product, not existing in the manner of taking on responsibility of impossible control for the inhabitants of that place. So we saw a little bit of this in the previous chapter. Basically, the inhabitants have no control over where the planet is going. 問題はその正面に位置する惑星ハラキリにある。Towards that front surface, the Ichisuru planet Harakiri exists. Ichi. I guess Shomen is like on the front side or directly ahead. Normally I think of Shomen as like on the front surface, like with woodblock printing, because that is the Shomen here. But anyway, the planet Harakiri doing the position basically in front exists. So Death Sword, and we've got Harakiri, the planet, basically in front of it, in its path. Tetsuro wa その意味のjutai sa? No. That would normally be jutai. But with the sa. No, it's not jutai. Okay, judai, but still, it's not with the sa. Is it like omo? No, I think that's probably just judai sa. It's seriousness. You don't normally see that. How else would you potentially pronounce this? Hold on. Yeah, okay. テトラはその意味の重大さと恐るべき結果にすぐ気づくだろう。As for Tetsuro, the gravity, the importance, the seriousness of that meaning, what this all means, and the horrific result soon will come to notice, probably, or soon will become aware of, most likely. Okay, so there we go. That was the end of that section. Again, we're opening up again for the final section of the chapter. 宇宙砲台空中空将にそれぞれの惑星生命体の知識権が強力に定められている。Okay, so like, I guess according to space law number chapter 99 or whatever, each planet's life form's self-governing right, as for that, or this thing, is strongly sadameru, ordained. I mean, arranged. Sada, decided. It is decided, established strongly. Kyoryoku ni. Oh, and like self-governing, like rule, or I said jishi, but I don't think that's it. Jijiken? No? What is naosu? Naoru? Oh, it's going to be jichi. Yeah, jichiken. Autonomy, right of self-government. Jichiken. Okay, so 生命体、惑星生命体の自治権が強力に定められている。Again, so according to this law, space law, each planet's life form's autonomy or right of self-government is strongly decided, strongly established by that law. Nanbito taritomo,何すことを許されない。Nanbito taritomo. Nanbito taritomo is no one at all. No one, the whatever event, not allowed. So no one is allowed to do, I guess, like contramanding that. Yeah, okasu, invading, violating that. Okasu koto o yusarenai. So nobody is able to violate that thing, the authority to self-rule. すべての決定権をその惑星に住む生命体のものとする揺るぎない原則である。All decisive authority? 決定権. Yeah. All the right to decide that to that planet's living life forms thing as that a yuruginai. Solid, firm, steady rule or principle it is. Okay, so that's kind of just more reiteration of the same idea. It is a law, a solid, firm, steady law, deciding or doing the thing for the life forms, the residents' life forms of that planet, for all determination, or determination of everything. It's to them, the life forms that live on that planet, to determine everything. That is a rule. Hiratakuieba? Hiratakuieba. This is like a hiratai means flat, but this is an expression of some sort. Hiratakuieba. If speak flatly, like literally, in plain words, put simply. Yeah. If speak flatly, if speak plainly in plain words, 自分のことは自分の責任において決断すべし、第三者は口を出してはならないということだ. So to put it plainly, as for things about oneself, one's own responsibility for that purpose or concerning that, 決定決断. Kette. All right, I guess that's not an expression. Kette ketsudan. So again, like right of determination. Kette ought to be, and as for daisansha, as for putting out the mouth, will not become. Okay, what is daisansha in this? A third party. Oh, okay. The number 3 people. As for third party, as for interfering, will not become. Kuchio dasu is to interrupt a conversation. Yeah, so as for a third party, as for outsiders, as for interrupting, it's not going to happen. It's that sort of event. So what all that means, again, is all this stuff here. Again, things about oneself. Yeah, regarding the responsibilities of oneself, it's ought to do self-determination. And as for third parties, basically they ought not to interfere. That's what it means. But as for third parties, interrupting that conversation will not happen, won't become. Whoa. All right. Well, meter. What was this? Old toll? Something like that. Old toll. Yeah. Old totsu. Meter. 凹凸した変な惑星だと思ったけど、地表に近づくと、僕の記憶にある小さかった頃の地球そっくりで懐かしいね、ここは。Okay, so meiteru. I guess like uneven did strange planet thought, but. So I thought the planet was strange being dented or uneven. And remember from the outside, it looked like this. So this was the old Totsu. So I thought it was a strange planet that was uneven, rough. But when drawing near to the surface of the earth, the Chiho, so Chiho. Yeah, when drawing near to the surface of the earth, ... in my memories, existing small times earth spitting image of nostalgic, isn't it, as for this place. So basically, when we got closer to the surface of the earth, it's the spitting image of the earth of when I was small that exists in my memories. How nostalgic as for this place. Jintai? Jintai no kikaika ga susumu mae no chikyū no eikyō ni yoku niteru wa. No, it's not eikyo. It's this is environment. Not kankyo, is it? Kankyo. Okay, so I guess this is human bodies machine transformation. The machine transformation of human bodies before advancing Earth's environment to that well resembling. So it well resembles the environment of Earth before the advancement or the moving forward of the machine transformation of human bodies. 私がいた頃の地球はこうだった。She's got a tear. Me, existing times Earth, as for that, this way was. So as for the Earth when I was there, it was this way. So this is news. メートルは地球のどこで生まれたの? As for Meitoru, Earth's somewhere on Earth, born? So as for Meitoru, you were born on somewhere on Earth? 私の母は千年間地球にいて大切なお仕事をしていた。Huh. As for my mother, 1,000 years on Earth, 1,000 years on Earth existing, important, precious work doing. As for my mother, 1,000 years existing on Earth and doing like an important, precious, important work. でも、母の運命は何々で悲しいものだった。However, as for mother's fate, it was this. Is that ka? Kahai? Kakoku. It was not rigorous. It was cruel, harsh. Kakoku de kanashimono data. It was harsh and a sad thing. As for mother's fate, harsh, cruel, and a sad thing. Okay, that's kind of news, I think. I'm not sure we've gotten that level of information on Meitoru before. All right, we go from that into train coming in. All right. We get our traditional tall panel with some stuff. We're in the engine room here, and we see kanon. So what do we have? Dai kikenai ni mo ishu ogata kanga totsunyu. Okay, so toward the inside of the atmosphere, or towards the inner atmosphere, one more ship of a large style ship doing entry, doing penetration. Rushing, breaking into. Okay, so basically there's one more large scale model ship. Again, rushing, breaking into the interior, the inner atmosphere. Wakusei harakiri seifu to hakeshiku koushin shitemasu. The planet Harakiri's government, with that, is doing a strict koushin communications. Yeah, hagashiku koushin shitemasu. Oh, okay, I guess the additional ship is doing strict, intense communications with the planet Harakiri government. Okay. In other words, probably warning them about the approaching planet. The approaching wandering planet. Haroko ga kita! Harlock has come, arrived. Arcadia go ga kita! The Arcadia has arrived. Nani o hanashiatte desho ne, Tetsuro-san? Hanashiao, like, who are you talking with? Who are you talking with, I wonder, Mr. Tetsuro? Yeah. Wakusei harakiri no seifu no kotae wa eien ni ketsuron ga denai. As for the reply of planet Harakiri's government, as for their answer, eternally a theory will not come out? Ketsuron. No, a conclusion will not come out. Eternally, a conclusion will not come out forever. As for the reply of planet Harakiri's government, forever, eternally, a conclusion, like an answer, will not come out. She's basically saying they're never going to reply. I think. Okay. Anyway. Emerald dasu go mo nani kai shitteru yo. Okay, so the Emeraldus is also doing orbit, or doing loops, I guess. What would the kai here mean? What is that first kanji? Senkai. Yeah, circling. Revolution. Doing circling. So the Emeraldus is also circling. Shita atari ga seifu kiko no tatemono nan darou ka? Okay, shita atari. Like below? Okay, is it not shita atari? Oh, wait a minute. Oops. Got it on the wrong thing. No. Huh. Okay, I guess like, what would shita atari mean in this case? That below hit success. The government's hiko, the government's mechanism, government building, is it, I wonder? Oh, okay. Yeah. So what she's circling over, what the Emeralda ship is circling over, below that, is it the building of the government organization, I wonder? Question mark. Now, again, ano shita atari, I guess that's like directly below. Again, atari usually means like success, to hit, that sort of a thing. Can we find another meaning that would mean like shita atari? Sensation, bruise, bite, no. Here's a bunch. Oh, atari, vicinity. That's what it is on the bank of, in the neighborhood. Ah, okay. It's the other atari. Got it. Ano shita atari. Yeah, so in the vicinity below that. Okay, that makes sense. Desu sodo to chigatte, koko wa zettai teki ishi nado sonzai shinai hoshi. Differing or maybe being mistaken about Death Sword, that wandering planet. As for this place, absolutely the will and things like that, existence not doing planet. Okay, I think she's basically saying, right, this place is a planet that there is no existence of the will, absolutely, to like recognize, I think, that the Death Sword is out there. Death Sword to chigatte. Differing from. Yeah. As for this place, absolutely the will, the volition, and things like that, not existing planet. Okay. Just does not have the will. No. Okay, wait. No, this is like, it's different from the Death Sword. This planet differs from the Death Sword. This planet is different from the Death Sword. And again, a will, ishi. Yeah. Intent, determination, will, volition, not existing, absolutely. Either way, apparently they're not paying attention. Okay. So we get a double pager here. Now we see the Arcadia and the Emeraldus here. Remember, there were also like 6 satellites hanging out there. We see 4 of them there. They're watching this. Let's presume this looks like Tetsuro and this looks like Meiteru. So, これだけの戦闘艦が2種も領空にいれば警報が鳴るか、ミサイルが飛ぶか、大騒ぎになるのが普通だけど、just these warships, even 2 of them, if entering domain space, ryoku? No, ryo. Territorial airspace. Yeah. Alerts, alarms, sounding. Alarms will sound. Missiles will fly. Big uproar be coming. That's normal. But, so again, I think that kind of mostly makes sense, right? Under normal circumstances, it would be normal for it to become a big uproar, missiles to fly, and sirens, warnings to sound if two warships like this, or just these 2 warships, if they entered territorial airspace. But he's saying nothing's happening. Koko wa shizuka de nan no heno mo hanno monai. As for this place, quietly, even what of a response not existing. So basically, no response. As for this place, quietly, nothing of a response. Heiwa sonomono. It is peace itself. Calm tranquility itself. Futsu no jichi wakusei to wa chigao wa. A normal or regular self-governing planet, as for with that, it's different. It differs from a normal or regular self-governing planet. Interesting observation. Okay, now my suspicion has changed. Wakusei harakiri so shidai soryo namakosutaru. Namakostaru. Okay, so this is the person. This is Harlock addressing what is presumably the leader of the planet. So, planet Harakiri, the whatever, what is this? Soul Shidai? Shidai, or is it Jidai? All right. Torio. Chief leader. A Daitorio is the chief or executive president. And it's not Soul Shiki, is it? It is. No, it's not. It's close. Funeral. Oh no, that's not it. Soul Dai. Okay. Soul Dai. Soul Daitorio. So this is representative president. So, and then the name is Namakostaru. Namakosutaru. Trying to think if that could sound like anything. Namakostaru. Stop it, Zelda. Sorry. Namakosu. Kostaru. Yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes the name, right, like Spiral Hair. What were some of the other goofy ones? Paradox Fire. the name does not seem to be anything like those. Nama Kostaru. Honestly, it sounds like it would be like raw coast, raw coastal, right? Nama Kostaru. Whatever. So again, he's addressing this person who is apparently either hiding in bed or sleeping in bed. Yusei desu sodo ga sekkin shiteru. The wandering planet Death Sword is doing approach. It's approaching. Honsei no eisei o Niko Hakai shite hahen no danmaku o uri. No. Hari. Okay, so the planet itself, is this Hon? No. I'm having huge problems typing today. Real culprit? Honboshi? Honboshi no eisei. I wonder if that's really supposed to be Honboshi. Probably not. Eisei is satellites, so the body of the planet of the satellites, two items doing destruction. Which is hakai shite, and fragment. Did I say danmaku? Yeah, barrage or hari. So it basically, okay, creating a barrage of fragments, like destroying two objects of the satellites, of the main planet, meaning Harakiri. So that's what that means. This is probably like Honsei, the main planet. So it's going to create a barrage of fragments doing destruction of two of the satellites of the main planet. Juryoku balansu o henka sasete yusei no nanitotsu o kawashite wa dou da. The gravity balance making transformation. So it's going to cause a transformation of the gravity balance. Yeah. And the wandering planets. Shototsu. All right. As for the kawashite, kawashite wa douda. As for the evading. As for evading the collision of the wandering planet, how about it? So what are you going to do? Okay. Whew. Now, this person does appear to be like holding the pillow over their head. 冗談じゃない. So it's not a joke. In other words, you got to be kidding. You got to be kidding me. あの月にこには2000名が住んでいる。2000名も殺したらわしの責任はどうなると思う? Okay. You got to be kidding me. The satellites, those moons, as for to two of them, or as for to two of those moons, 2,000 people are living. So 2,000 people are living on those moons. Even 2,000 people, if they're killed, as for my responsibility, how will it become, do you think? I guess like, okay, he seems to be like, what's my responsibility for if 2,000 people die? Harakiri no sou jinkou wa 120億。120億、6000万人もいるのだよ。As for the entire population of Harakiri, it is as many as this many people, which is what? Oku is 10 million? No, 100 million. 100 million. So that's a billion, 10 billion, 12 billion, 600,000 basically. Or 12 billion, maybe 60 million. No, 600 million. 12 billion, 12.6 billion. Hey, Goshi. その非難が全部わしに向かうのだ。That hinan, that criticism, blame, censure, all parts of it to me will head towards, will face. Okay. Now, how would you take this? The person is saying this blame is going to head towards me with the population, but I'm not quite sure like what his response here is. 2000名の犠牲で120億6000万名を救い、その上で責任を取って腹を切る覚悟は大総領たるあなたにはないのか？そのためになった大総領ではないのか？大統領ではないのか? Okay, so with 2,000 people as a sacrifice, saving the 12 billion people, and in addition, taking responsibility, and as for preparations or being prepared to cut one's belly, harakiri, haraokiru, the representative president, taru, like as that, what is taru as a suffix? Oh yeah, those who are. It's this taru. Those who are representative presidents, as for to you, who is the representative president, does it not exist? Question mark. So as for preparations to cut one's belly, does that not exist for someone who is the representative president, such as you? Okay. Oh, and he's saying like saving the lives with that as a sacrifice, I guess. Yeah, that's like in addition. So in addition to doing this, as for preparations, yada yada. Okay. Was it not for this purpose that you became president? そのためになった大統領ではないのか? Again, for that purpose became president, isn't it? Is it not that? The person's back to hiding under the bed. そうじゃのいや、つまり. So yeah, but what that means is よく考えてゆっくり、責任がな. Well, thinking well, slowly, yeah, responsibility, right? It's a responsibility, right? Thinking slowly. Yep. Okay. Whew. Sorry. You can guess what's going to happen. All right, here he is hiding again. We see Harlock over there. Harakiri wa Oroko no Tsukimoro tomo 120億6000万人すべてが衝突で全滅し Is that Oh, this is bunani saremashita. Basically, it will be pulverized, be done into like dust. What is the on of on the reading of Kudaku? Sai. Bunsai. Funsai. Funsai. Pulverization. Funsai saremasu yo. As for Harakiri, As for Harakiri, 6 objects of moons altogether, and the 12 billion people, all of them, all of that, through the collision, doing all complete destruction and pulverization will be done. Okay, so he's basically telling him it's all going to die, all going to be pulverized. Washi no sekinin wa dou shitemo. As for my responsibility, my duty, whatever it is, yeah, no matter what, by all means, at any cost, ... That's just, he's implying something here, but I'm not sure what it is. Like, this is all my responsibility? Washi no sekinin wa dou shitemo. But he's not doing anything. Arakariago kara no nani kyu, is that keikyu tsugo desu. So it's an urgent communication from the Arcadia. No, it's not keikyu. It is urgent though. Kinkyu. Kinkyu tsugo desu. An urgent communication from the Arcadia. 39 wa tadachi ni hassha o to. As for the 39, immediately train departure. That's the communication. Oh, so implied like do it. Leave immediately. Daya no sonshu kite o mamoru no ga. Daya, like dire? Diamond? Oh, the railway schedule. Like trying to protect the Sanctity of the railway schedule? Okay, shoe. Let's look up kite. Regulation. All right, let's look up this word. What? Did I miss it? I must have missed it. There it is. Junshu. Compliance, yeah. So again, Junshu. Junshu kite o mamoru no ga. So again, protecting the regulation compliance of the railway schedule. That's what he thinks this is about, I guess. Or he's just not been following what's been going on. Tetsuro. Hasha o tameratte iru baai janai zo. Okay, so Tetsuro, train departure, tameratte iru baai janai. It's not the case, it's not the situation for doing tameratte of train departure. Like delaying, tameratte, to hesitate. Tamerao. Don't see that very often. Tameratte iru baai janai. So Tetsuro, this is not a case, it's not a time for delay or hesitating train departure. Oakusei to yusei wa so nani no hi inryoku sakuyo de hasoku sekkin shiteru. As for the wandering planet and the planet, meaning harakiri, this is like mutual. Sogo? Sogo. Sogo no inryoku sakuyo. Sayo. Through the action of gravity of mutual. So through mutual gravity attraction or whatever, the approach is accelerating. Kasoku. Yeah, kasoku is acceleration. Acceleration approaching doing. Kasoku sekkin shiteru. ... 私は電子陽性カノン。As for me, the electrical fairy cannon. So I am the electric sprite elf cannon. Kanon, 私の責任で発射します。As my duty responsibility will do train departure. 39 発射 39 departure, train departure. 私が私の命で責任を取ります。Me, I'm the one, through my life, will take responsibility. Okay, so we get this kind of parallel about someone actually taking responsibility. 39の了解. 39 understood. 全の力発 it's not, what would that be? Hashin? Hashin. Also departure takeoff. Understood. All power, take off. Zen no ryoku hasshin. Boiler zenkai. The boiler at full open. Energy barubu zenkai. And the energy valves full open. Oh. All right, there goes the train. Machi wa heikarawazu shizuka da yo. Nan no kanshin mo nai mitai ni shizuka da. As for the town, as for the city, as always, as expected, it's quiet, isn't it? You know? Nan no kanshin. Concern. Even like nothing of concern seems to be, it's quiet. There doesn't seem to be anything of concern. It's quiet. Oh, ho, 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 ho. A's, A and the A ni shizuka ni naru wa will become eternally towards quiet. It's will become eternally quiet. Watashi tachi ni wa te o fureru koto wa dekinai. As for by us, as for the event of being able to touch, not possible. So it's not possible for us to touch it, I guess. Te o fureru. Actually, te o fureru is just like to be able to touch, to get involved. Yeah. Oh, no. Suwa. Suwaru. Oh. No, that's fureru. Okay. As for the event of being able to touch the hand, as for to us, it's not possible. Secret word, not quite. Okay, there's the 3-9 leaving. Here comes the dark wandering planet. And there we go.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Welp. Chalk up another exploding planet plus six satellites, I guess. Okay, this is the last page. So we're wrapping up the chapter. So suspicion confirmed. At first I thought maybe the planet was going to like split apart. And like the other planet was going to pass through it. But no, then it became obvious. No, it's just going to hit it. 決断すれば、大部分の人々は助かったのに。Decision if due, as for large numbers of people, or a large part of people, the population, even those could have been saved. So basically, even though a large number of people, a large part of the population could have been saved if had made a decision. Although, what would they have done? Couldn't evacuate 12 billion people in that time, right? Anyway, Tetsuro. 生命する立場につく者の責任は重く. Okay, so Tetsuro, as for the responsibility of people, I guess like from the viewpoint of doing orders or doing command. As for the responsibility of people basically that are in charge, it's heavy. That responsibility, that duty is heavy. Tachiba ni tsuku. Yeah, okay. Doing orders, doing command, it's heavy as for that responsibility. すべてがその そんなにかかってくる。So that's shoulder, right? Kata? Yeah, soul ken, shoulders. Soul ken ni kakatte kuru. Everything on those shoulders, I guess, like gets put on. Everything gets put on those shoulders of the people that are in command, in charge. その覚悟も能力もない人間がその任につけば排撃悲劇 No. It's just kind of shimi. Higeki. Tragedy, disaster. Okay. Higeki ga okoru. Even those preparations or even that preparedness and ability, non-existing humans, people that like don't have ability and aren't prepared to that duty, to that obligation, responsibility, if you attach if placing that responsibility, I guess, like on people that aren't prepared or don't have the ability, tragedy or disaster occurs. Okay, that makes sense. 大昔から繰り返された事実だ。忘れるな。Okay, so from ancient times, being repeated truth it is. So that is a truth that has been repeated since ancient times. Don't forget it. Placing a burden on the shoulders of those that aren't prepared or that don't have the ability. Tragedy will occur. 1000年, 1,000 years. 私の母はその責任を果たして 1,000 years, as for my mother, used up, came to the end of that responsibility, of that duty. Achieved, accomplished. Okay, she accomplishes that responsibility. 悲しい機械人間になって消えていった. Oh. A sad, a sorrowful machine person becoming and like went and vanished. Huh. 悲しい機械人, oh, that's her mother, the empress who then becomes Andromeda, right? Okay. And then 1,000 years. Okay, right. All right, well, here we go. The last bit of this chapter. 鉄路にはメートルの言う千年という意味がわからなかった. As for Tetsudo, Meitoru's said 1,000 years so-called meaning didn't understand. Tetsuro did not understand the meaning called 1,000 years that Meitoru was talking about. ただ、メートルの母、ラアンドロメダ、プロメシュムの、非常、何 Hisan, tragic. Hisan na saiki wa yoku oboeteru. Okay. Tetsuro didn't understand the meaning of this. Just Meiteru's mother, Ra Andromeda Prometheus. Prometium. Why Ra? Ra Andromeda. Oh, anyway, that tragic final time. As for the tragic final moments of Prometium, well remembering. Okay, this is Tetsuro. He well remembers those final tragic moments of Prometium,
Hello there.
who was Meiteru's mother. The tada there is that maybe he's just remembering that. In any case, aremo mata sekini no tekka datta no kamoshirenai. That thing also, again, responsibility or duty's result. It was perhaps that was also the result of, again, responsibility, meaning how that thing ended. Itsu no hi ka, someday, question mark, soyo tachiba ga, that sort of a viewpoint or standing place. Otona ni natta toki, the time of becoming an adult. Jibun ni megutte kittara, if it comes wandering to oneself. So omou to jishin ga nakatta. That way thinking and confidence not existed. So omou to jishin. The confidence of thinking that way did not exist. Maybe like Tetsuro had no confidence that he would think that way when the time would come around to oneself of becoming an adult, that sort of a viewpoint someday. Harakiri wa eien no shizukesa no naka ni hikatte kieta. As for Harakiri, the planet, it vanished. Well, it shone, it shined light and vanished inside eternal quietness. Wow. Okay. Oh, Shizuke-sa. Yeah, stillness, eternal stillness. I think, okay, so Tetsuro not understanding the meaning of 1,000 years, but he well remembered the tragic final moments of her mother. And that thing also, again, responsibility's result, was it perhaps someday that's sort of a standing point or viewpoint, the time of becoming an adult, if or when it comes wandering around to oneself, the confidence to think that way, not because, why is it past tense? Oh, he didn't have the confidence to think that way, that he might think that way. Okay. And then as for Harakiri, it shined and vanished into a stillness, quietness, eternal quietness. Okay, wow. Well, on that happy note, that ends the chapter for the planet Harakiri. Probably knew from the name that wasn't going to be a happy ending. Okay, well, that was chapter 4. Next up, we will have chapter 5. We have another Planetto. We'll see what that is and what that's going to be about next time.